Hello, and welcome to this demo of the CommVault Command Center. The CommVault Command Center is their HTML5 interface used for monitoring and administration of a CommVault environment. Let's get started. So first thing we'll do is we will go ahead and log in to our Command Center. And once we've logged in, we can see that it takes us to a nice overview dashboard showing us at a glance the status of our environment. There are a number of dashboards available in this interface, depending on your specific environment. Here, by selecting this drop-down next to the Overview dashboard, we can see that we have three other dashboards available. One, the Appliance dashboard, covers the hyperscale appliance infrastructure if you are running them in your environment. Here, we can see that it just gives us a general overview of the appliance, of the server status, memory utilization, CPU utilization, hardware status. You would also see things like failed drives here, and gives us an idea of the disk space available in our environment for backup storage. We can come in and select another dashboard, and we'll choose the virtualization dashboard. Here we get an overview of all of the virtualization environment that is being protected by CommVault. So you can see we have a number of different hypervisors in this environment: VMware, Hyper-V, AWS, and Azure. You can see the number of VMs that are being protected across all of those hypervisors, and the number of VMs that CommVault knows about that are not currently being protected. You'll get a current status on the number of backup jobs that have run in the last 24 hours, the number that have failed, and if there are any jobs currently running. You can also see an overall SLA for your environment, and this SLA is configurable to a set number of days. You can also see very quickly at a glance a backup job summary report for the last week. And if you'd like to get more details on that, you can just click on one of the dates and it'll take you in and show you all of the backup jobs that have occurred on that date that you selected and the status of those backup jobs. Now, from the dashboard, let's take a look at any jobs that may be currently running in our environment. To do that, we're going to come down to Monitoring, and we're going to go ahead and select Jobs. By clicking Jobs, this will load the CommVault Job Controller, where you can see all of the jobs that are currently running. You can also select jobs here to manage them, such as pausing, killing, or resuming jobs. Within the job controller, you can also filter the view and the specific jobs that are shown in order to make finding jobs that you're trying to monitor easier. As an example, let's go ahead and filter out the running backup jobs so that we only see the replication job. To do that, we're going to click the menu in the Operation Type column. And we're going to go down and select Filter. And then when we click on here, it shows us an option of all of the existing job types that are running. We will go ahead and select Replication, and we will click Filter. Now you can see we only have the one replication job shown in our job controller. Within the CommVault Command Center interface, we also have an easy way to monitor our current backup storage space utilization and see how much space we have available. To do that, we're going to choose the Storage section, and we'll go ahead and choose Storage Pools. Storage pools will show us the available storage targets that we have, the capacity of those storage targets, and the currently available free space. Within the CommVault Command Center, different functionality is split into what is considered solutions. On the left-hand side, you'll see a Solutions section. If you click on that, you can see that it's broken down into a number of categories, such as virtualization, databases, apps, and archiving. Let's talk a little bit about virtualization. If we select virtualization, you can see we have a number of different categories: hypervisors, your VM groups, and then virtual machines. Let's start with hypervisors. By selecting hypervisors, we can see the hypervisors that we have configured for CommVault to be aware of. In this case, we have VMware, Hyper-V, Azure, and Amazon. You also have VM groups. VM groups are a grouping of virtual machines that you would like to protect with CommVault. If we go into a VM group here, you can see a list of the VMs underneath the content section that are being protected by this VM group. You can also very easily see the most recent recovery points or previous recovery points for these VMs that have been backed up. On the calendar, you can see a dot in the upper right hand corner. That indicates that there is a recovery point available on that day. By selecting that day, a slider will appear at the bottom that shows you a dot indicating time of a recovery point. You can select the different recovery points that are available and execute a restore from this screen. You can also see a listing of virtual machines that CommVault is aware of and the status of their current protection. You can then get specific details about a virtual machine, if needed, by clicking on that virtual machine's name. This will take you into the specific details of this virtual machine. This will also include things like the plan, the latest recovery point, and the oldest recovery point. You can also select your recovery point dates and run restores from this screen if necessary. Within CommVault's Command Center, within the Solutions section, you can also see your databases that CommVault is aware of and is protecting. By selecting databases, we can see a list of all of our SQL servers that CommVault is protecting. It will load a list of all of the instances that CommVault is aware of, and you can dig into these instances and see additional details such as the databases that are being protected and the plan for this instance. In addition to viewing solutions, you can also look for specific server information just by searching in the top of the Command Center. Let's search for our WinTest VM. Just by typing a few characters, you can see that it comes up as a list of servers. Let's click that. Now that we've loaded the server dashboard, we can see the server name, the CommServe hostname, the current version of the software. We can also quickly see the CommVault security settings for this server, the activity control, which enables and disables backups and restore operations, and you can see the server groups within CommVault that this system belongs to. You can also see the agents that are configured for this system. In addition to searching for a VM or a server, we can also just select servers underneath administration and see an overview of all of the server infrastructure that CommVault is aware of. We can also see server groups, which are logical groupings within CommVault of different servers. Each system that is protected by CommVault is associated to a plan. A plan is a combination of backup retention and backup schedule. Let's take a look at the plans that are currently configured. By going to Configuration and selecting Plans, we can see a list of all of the plans that have already been configured. By going into one of these plans, we can see additional details. Within this plan, this is our Bronze server plan that runs daily. We can see that our RPO, our recovery point objective, is currently configured to run every 3 hours. This means that all of the systems that are associated to this plan will be protected every 3 hours. We also have additional configuration options, such as the storage location where this backup data will be stored, and also the retention period for that backup data. In addition to viewing the existing plans, we also have the ability to quickly create a new plan. Underneath Configuration, if we choose Plans, you'll see an option to create a plan. There are a number of different plan options. Let's create a server backup plan as an example. by selecting Create Server Backup Plan, we're given a number of different options that we can set. First, let's name the plan. Test Plan. Second, we can choose our storage that we would like this backup data to be written to. We'll select Edit, and we can see a list of all of our different storage pools that are available. We will go ahead and choose our hyperscale policy. And let's set a retention period for how long we want to keep this data of 7 days. We can select Save, and let's set our backup frequency. These systems may only need to be backed up once every 24 hours. We can also set a backup window, and then a separate full backup window if you potentially only want your fulls to run at a specific time frame. And let's go ahead and save our plan. Once we have saved our plan, you can see it brings us into the plan details and shows us an overview of the plan that we just created. The CommVault Command Center also has extensive reporting options available. Within Monitoring section, you'll see Reports. By selecting Reports, you'll see a number of reports that are built into the Command Center that can provide detailed information about your environment. As an example of the type of reports that are available within the Command Center, let's run a report that will show us our slowest clients that are being backed up. By scrolling down in the report list and finding the report we'd like to run, we can click on it and it will run automatically. And you can see there is a list of your clients that are running the slowest and their application size and their average throughput. You can also sort these columns in whichever order you would like, and by selecting the menu in the corner, you can also export that out to a CSV if you choose to. You can filter it, and you can see different chart options that are available. I hope you have enjoyed this very brief overview of the CommVault Command Center.